KOIN 6 political director Ken Body is here in studio with some analysis of all the big races in Oregon.
And he's joined with two political insiders who will help us to make sense of all of this. So, Ken, what can we expect?
Yes, we'll break down all the statewide races and measures, as well as the races for Portland mayor and city council. And joining me, former state senator, Barack Obama appointee to the National Credit Union Administration, and now political analyst Rick Metzger. He's a Democrat. And we have Republican Jeff Eager, former mayor of Bend, a former staffer for Congressman Greg Walden, and now founder of the Oregon Roundup newsletter. Gentlemen, thanks for being here.
Great to be here.
Ken.
Start out with you, Rick. Portlanders are going to be the first to use ranked choice voting in this election, and Measure 117 will take it statewide if we vote on that. What's at stake here in terms of this method of voting?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to watch how the votes come in at the city of Portland tonight, because you're in a situation where, as you mentioned, the city will be electing a mayor and city councilors for the first time using ranked choice voting. At the same time, those voters, as they navigate that system, will then drop down to a ballot to say, would you like to make this statewide? So I think we'll learn a lot about how people in Portland feel about ranked choice voting based on how they then vote on whether they want to move it statewide, since they'll be experiencing it in real time. This is going to be a close race. We talked about that a few weeks ago for this measure, but over $3 million in the last couple of weeks has come in to try and push that over the finish line. So it'll be interesting to see if, and there's no organized opposition against it financially. So it'll be interesting to see, will that $3+ million be able to put it over the line? I think it's still going to be very, very close.
Jeff, you have a lot of interest in statewide races, especially the race for Attorney General, Secretary of State. Talk about what we as Oregonians have at stake in those races.
Well, they're interesting races, Ken, in the sense that none of the three of them have an incumbent, which is kind of odd. But the biggest one, and the one that polls show is closest, is the Attorney General race. And that's between Republican Will Lathrop and Democrat Dan Rayfield, who used to be the Speaker of the Oregon House. Polls have that race very close, and it's gotten a lot of attention because of how important crime is in this election in Oregon. And the Attorney General is, some people say, the top law enforcement officer of the state. So there's been a lot of attention on that race. National groups behind both candidates. They're well funded, and that's going to be a very interesting race to watch tonight.
And statewide, we're also voting for Secretary of State and Treasurer as well, and those will be important races.
Correct.
Thank you very much, Jeff Eager and Rick Metzger. We'll be joined by them tonight. We'll wrap things up and give you as much analysis as we can from a local perspective. Looking forward to it. Back to you.
Yeah, long night ahead for you, Ken. All right, thank you.